This is Blueberry. She's a 4 to 5 year old Australian cattle dog who found me 2 years ago picking muscadines in the woods. I'm her person, Mitchell Holland. I've been in Athens 8 years, next January. 6 of those have been spent in the woods. Our day typically starts at sunrise. We gather what few things we may need in town and start that way. It takes us about 5 minutes to get out of the woods. A 40-minute walk, 2 miles to the shelter. We have the opportunity, and typically in hot weather, it's not that it matters to her, she'll swim in 20-degree weather. But when we have the opportunity, she does enjoy swimming in the river. She typically follows me wherever I go. When we are at the shelter, just out of courtesy to our daytime tenants, and find myself busy at times and realizing I have forgotten to even think about her for 10 minutes and kind of look around surprised to see that she's still right there under my feet. Most every animal has a distinct personality once you get to know them. You can just look in her eyes and tell that she's thinking, that there's something going on in there. And just her simple willingness to want to spend time with me would almost lead me to believe that she's dealing with a half deck or something. She's not quite as sharp as she looks. I kind of look at her being cared for the way I look at myself, is that it's just in faith. I don't go hungry, she doesn't go hungry. We've managed well. One of the first things that I considered when she found me was my ability to take care of her. And I had people tell me that if I were going to keep the dog, that they would make sure she didn't go hungry. The shelter takes advantage of the Northeast Georgia Food Bank in getting supplies, coffee, groceries, the things that we need to operate the shelter throughout the year. And we were fortunate enough to be able to purchase a small used truck, so that this is something I volunteered to do the food bank shopping. And then in building maintenance, there's always something that needs to be gotten, kept up with, generally running around. I'm able to spend a total of 2 to 3 hours daily with her, never being more than 100 feet away from her, just that she's outside and I'm in. Prior to the day center opening, she's typically inside. We spend 24 hours a day together, and there's times that I just think we've not spent enough time together. Like I say, if you could only give back 10% of what she gives to you, it's a full-time job. If I don't have anywhere to go, I'm not inclined just to take off walking for no good reason. I walk simply because I can't fly. And since she's with me, she has to come. If we're on the road in an area where there's not much pedestrian traffic and not the danger of running across other people walking dogs, I'll allow her to go off the leash and explore a little further. We typically come out of the woods on my terms. I set the pace in the morning. We go back into the woods on her terms. Blueberry.